Hey guys, welcome back to this series where I teach you how to play 2 hours one life in your own town. So I'm gonna be born in, you've seen it in the previous clips already. I say no baby, I grab myself a banana, because I do like myself some food, and I'm gonna go up to where I left my clothes, which is at my at my little smithy that I have at the moment. Now I do have to be honest with you and say I have played for 20 minutes that I have not recorded. Just 20 minutes. What have I done in those 20 minutes? I've made more pottery. So you can see that I've got a little bit more plates, bowls, and crocks here than before. That is something I did in those 20 minutes. I also needed to get more kindling because I'd run out of kindling completely. And I got that kindling from the green biome. I pulled off every single branch I could in the green biome next door. And I went to the old rabbit catching place and I got my snare and I moved my snare to this location and I caught these 3 rabbits. Now I can go and catch that rabbit too. I made a few extra omelets. I made a few extra rabbits, as you can see over here. And that is going to sustain me a little while longer. So I've got some food here and we are going to work on our survivability. What do I mean by that? I mean that we are freezing cold and we are losing food pips every 14.4 seconds. I want this to be up. I want clothes. And I want more than just this little reed skirt in my backpack. Now, both of these are giving a little bit of heat. You can see it if I toss this down. This will go down. It's already going down to 13.8. So you do get hungry faster if you do not have a backpack. So yeah, put on a backpack if you can. Put on a skirt if you can, or pants or anything else that covers that area. But I need clothes and I need them fast. So the mission now is to get a hat and a shirt. And we can get several at this stage in the game. So I am going to make several at this stage in the game. I'm not just going to make one and call it a day. I take a needle with me just in case. I'm not going to take the one rope I've got over here with me because I feel like, yeah, I don't need to. I'm gonna keep my hands empty and we'll just gather as we go around. Now, I could make all of these clothes, my shirt, my hat, out of rabbits, and I might still do that. But I kind of want to get bow and arrow as well, and I want to see if I can find some seals somewhere. Seals are the warmest cloak that you can find at this stage in the game, and we have a seal here already. Now, the one thing I didn't take, and another seal, and another seal, another seal. This is too many cloaks for one person. Um, the one thing we need to go clubbing is a club. And a club is basically a straight shaft. And well, we've made many straight shafts before, so this is not really something new. But I'm not going to my biome to find these. I'm going to look for a new green biome. Because I might also find some string there and some rope. And maybe I can already get started on a bow and arrow as well when I'm there. So we know that if we go back south, we will be able to club some seals and I'll be able to get my most favorite jacket for this point in the game. I take my club with me. There is a little bit of string here apparently. That's very good. So I'll add this one to my needle. Saves me a slot. And I'll see if I can find some more. This is a tiny green biome. Is that a little bigger up there? We got an apple tree here. Might be interesting to just munch on an apple from this tree. There, I picked it. Let's eat it. Oh, this is there's one more string in here. That's not enough to make a bow. Because you need a rope to make a bow, but it's better than nothing. So I'll take this with me. And let's go down and let's go clubbing. As you can see, I haven't been this high yet because these rabbits are just coming out as I'm walking here. And it's a good way to just, you know, explore the area, see if you missed anything. I did see a few mines on the way here. I don't know if you were looking around for those. Then also there's another grape here. I could wait a second and eat it. I'm going to get hungry. There we go. and we are going to go into the next biome. Also, these snakes are going to make fantastic boots, but I need to make a good knife. And you have heard me refer to the flint knife as the shitty knife, and it's shitty because I can't kill snakes with it. That is why I am so disdainful towards the knife I currently have on me. I want the good knife. I want a good knife that allows me to kill snakes. And the snakes make fantastic boots for early game. So, the seal is dead. I hit it with my long straight shaft. I take this off of it, and you can sew it shut. If I sew it shut, it becomes a jacket. And something you might not know, you can do this while you are wearing it. So you can just go bloop, and then you get your jacket. So this is great for me. Also, did I say no baby? I might have already, but I'm doing it again. I am also going to clip this seal, not because I'm gonna wear two of these, because I can't, but I might make a seal toy at some point. And the seal toy, I'm proud of them. I designed the seal toy. I looked at the sprite from the actual seal, and I made a smaller version of it. That's also super cute. And when I have my own cotton farm in the future, I can make a seal toy. This is completely useless in some ways. The seal toy is nice if you have babies in your family, because they can then play with the seal toy, and yeah, that's kind of cute. So I'm just gonna leave this over here. Now at this point, I would love a hat. I haven't made anything to hunt yet. So let's assume you don't really like hunting where you're in danger. You just want to have a safe way of making a hat. Then I'm gonna show you now how to make a regular hat. You take two rabbit furs together, you sew them like this, et voila, you have a hat now. Now if we go and look at how warm we are, we now lost 16.8 seconds before we get hungry. So per food pip, we have gained about 2.5 seconds. This is very good. And the better your clothes are in a town, the less hungry you get. If you are able to make wool clothes, you will see this go up. If you make cotton clothes, it goes up. If you make silk clothes, it goes up to the maximum that we have. If you are standing by a fire or holding a candle, it's like perfect temperature almost. So, but I'm already feeling much happier having some clothes at this point. There are, however, more hats than you can make besides this, and this. I could also make rabbit fur shoes. Kinda don't want to because it's a waste. Simultaneously, I do feel like it is my obligation to show you because I'm giving a tutorial on early game stuff. I'm conflicted. Let's put it that way, guys. I also haven't shown you how to make pants at this stage, which I also feel like I need to show you. So, oh, it's a little complex. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I feel. Oh, did I just break the snare? I broke the snare. Oh my god! I don't need to break the snare. I want to get more rabbits because I'm not done making all my rabbit things yet. I'm just going to put it up here, up top. I'm also going to take this wheat because it is going to allow me to make a cute hat as well. But all these things I want to make require ropes, and that is one thing I don't have a lot of. So if I'm going to make all these clothes, I'm going to need more ropes because I practically have nothing. I do have this thing over here. And just for the sake of showing it, I'm being fully dressed before I go out and explore. I'm gonna make the shoes that I kind of don't want to make, but this is for the sake of being warm, and you might find this the easiest shoe to make in the game. We're not at the point of killing snakes yet. We're not going fishing. So these shoes are the easiest to make. They're basically half rabbit furs that you sew. You need a full rope to make one pair of shoes, but now 17.4 per second. Shoes are not great, 17.5. It is going up though. I'm becoming better at staying warm because I am fully dressed now. And we are on a mission to show even more clothes in this video. So I need to go out and I need to make bow and arrow and all that jazz. Now, when I make that bow and arrow, I will need to deal with that boar that is terrorizing my farm. I do not enjoy the boar in my farm. It is very dangerous to farm in there, so we'd rather have it be dead. And we're going to go to the green biome that's south from here. If I remember it correctly from yesterday, there were a lot of strings and ropes in there, and that's what we want, right? So we're gonna look for that. And it was a little bit away, there we go. But we can already see there are strings in here, and oh, I can show one of my favorite hats. This is a hat that is probably more aesthetic than warm, but I usually make this hat when I'm new in a town. I really enjoy this hat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a basket. You might be like, Jesse, what are you talking about? What did you see? I saw a forsythia tree. So the forsythia tree is this beautiful yellow tree that you find in the green biome and the light green biome, if I'm not mistaken. You take the leaves and you toss them on the floor, and then you tie them together with a rope. It's almost impossible to be easier. You only need 3 items, a basket, a rope, and forsythia flowers, which are very early game items. And you do it like this, and now you have a crown. Look how beautiful I am. I mean, I love this hat. I don't think it's better. No, I went down a little bit. I went to 17.4 wearing this crown. Whereas if I wear this, I go to 17.5. So it makes a 0.1 second difference in terms of how warm you are. I'm going to eat this pepper, and I can put this crown in my backpack, so I'll take it home that way. Now, I need to make a bow, so we are going to gather another rope. See, plenty of milkweed here. You might say, Jesse, you could probably plant milkweed on your farm, right? Yeah, that's true. You can plant milkweed. I don't need to take all of this with me like this, but I prefer not to to plant milkweed because it is using a lot of resources, which I'd rather not do. Now at this point I have a bow, but without an arrow it's kind of useless. So I'm kind of looking around for a little stick. You might remember the weak sticks that I had on the farm. Ideally I'd be using one of those, but I don't want to walk back that far, so I'm just going to take a stick over here. And this is a pretty good area. I see everything I need to make an arrow. I see a string, I see a stick, I see flint, and I see a goose. This is perfect for the sake of making this arrow. So, how do we do it? I don't think I'll need my knife. Will I need my knife? No. I do need a sharp stone. So you make your string, you take your stick, take your flint, you tie the thread around the stick, you take your flint and you hit it with your sharp stone. Now you have a flint arrowhead, you add that to the stick, then you scoot the goose over, you just touch it, and you take the feather from it. Now you need a knife. Okay, so you do need a knife that I had on me. And then with the knife, you cut the goose feather, which makes it a fletching. And the fletching you put on the arrow. And now we have an actual arrow, and we can go kill the boars or kill animals that might make us more clothes. So we kind of want to do that. Do I have a thread in my needle? I do not. So I'm going to do that as well. It's going to come in handy later on. And it's still in here. I might also make myself a basket instead, so I can carry more ropes if I encounter them. Let's just have a little walk around this biome to check for ropes. So the green biome is really safe, and so is the light green biome. However, there are snake plants here. These could be dangerous. Sometimes there are snakes in here. There he is, there's the snake. Now if I do not touch it, it will just stay like that. This one does not have a snake in it, but that one does. And I saw one over here as well. This one has a snake too. Now they're stuck like that. If I touch it again, they will come out. They might try and kill me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to die. I just want to tell you, it's not like it's 100% safe in this biome, but if you don't touch anything you don't know, you won't die, and only those snakes can kill you, basically. So you should be pretty safe in a green biome. Now, when you start attacking boars, it's possible they will follow you into the green biome, which would make your green biome not so safe anymore, because then suddenly the boar is stuck in a different biome than you're used to, and it could kill you. So we want to be careful with that. Okay, there's still so much milkweed here, but I've made myself 2 ropes. And we can go and make some more hats and some more clothes this way. And yeah, it's gonna be good. You will learn how to make more clothes for an early game civilization. Now, ideally, at some point you're gonna have to kill this bison, and to do so you will need 2 arrows, not just 1 like I have right now. But I can't be bothered to show you that at this point because we're nowhere near keeping any animals of our own. Now, if you were to be playing the game solo, without, or not solo, but in a group, you would progress so much faster, and none of that would be an issue. So, let's see. I could go hunt right now. I'm tempted to leave my flower crown somewhere here above the farm. Maybe that might be where I'm going to keep all my clothes in the future. I also want to kill some of the geese in this area, but let's start with the wild boar. It's already mad at me because I missed, and I'm not staying in a straight line. I am sort of staying in an L shape away from it. It really won't die. This is very difficult when you're new, but you will probably die your first time. You need to stay really calm. And I have died on stream so many times trying to kill a boar. This is not the same as it is in 1 hour, 1 life. One, I will not shoot at it when it's behind a tree, because that will make it more difficult for me to get the arrow. I will shoot at it when it's sort of in a clearing where I can retrieve my arrow easily. So these 2 boars that were terrorizing my farm are dead now. So I'm just gonna leave them on the floor like that. When I have a good knife, I will cut them up and I'll get meat from it. But at this point, I don't need the meat. I do like the Canada geese over here, and you can't shoot them unless you remove the eggs. So those 2 are definitely in the way of my farm, so those 2 need to go. Also, I have been using that water quite a bit. So yeah. So these geese, you can basically use a knife on them. This will pluck them properly. And then if I have another basket, I can put them in there and move them to where I make most of my fires, which is at my smithy. So this is part of hunting slash making clothes. In the case of geese, you can't make clothes. It's just for hunting. But it is a good first thing to shoot. It's way easier to shoot than a boar because these will not fight back. I'm also going to shoot this goose over here because he's basically in the way of my farm. These geese, they're not really in the way. So they can live another day or even another month. I don't know when I will actually kill them. And this I will move to the actual smithy zone. So we're heading that way now. I'll show you a few other clothes you can make. So, we're over here. We got this. We can make this exactly the same way that we make rabbits. Sadly, we can't stack these. That's fine. I have a wheat sheaf. Now, I can't make the hat out of it just yet, but I am going to make it in a second. What I need, though, is a good branch. And as you can see, I'm not lucky in this area with the branches. There's so little branches here. I can use a curved branch, or I could use a straight branch with the little spikes still on it to get rid of the actual wheat in here. Now look very closely at the wheat sheaf. If you hit it, the actual threshed wheat is next to it. This is something I can put in a bowl, and we can keep this for when we do the cooking video. We will be needing wheat, and I might then also show you how to make the goose and things like that. Now this straw is something you can make floor with. You use it to make fire shelters. It has so many purposes. But in case you need a hat and you don't have rabbits, sew it. Your needle no longer has a thread, but you have a straw hat. And a fun little magic trick, put the hat on your face or on your head, and then just keep on clicking it with the needle, and it will change into different hats. I personally like the one with the red trim. It doesn't make a lot of sense that we have this magic in the game, and so it is probably something that might change in the future. Not 100% sure, but I would think, they have been trying to step away from magic in the game for a while now. So maybe this hat might be one of the things that's next. Personally, I really like it. So yeah, I like that you can do that because little children just go, wow, especially new players. It's so much fun. So I really like that. I think I left a bunch of ropes out. Maybe I should just take some of these clothes with me and drop them off at the south as well. I think that this hat is better. This hat is not better than the one made of rabbit fur. Let's just double check. 17.4, that's the same as the Forsythia crown. No, 17.5. Ah. So it's the same. 17.5. Let's wear this one. Yeah, 17.5. Just as efficient as the rabbit fur hat. In that case, I might just wear this one. I really like the Forsythia crown though, but can't have everything in life, I'd say. So with these hats, I've shown you a few hats. We've shown you the cape. We've shown you the shoes that you can make at this point. I should also show you the rabbit fur coats. There are two of them. One you make with 3 rabbit furs, the other you make with 4 rabbit furs. But I don't have enough rabbits at this moment to show that. So I might just leave it for now. And just you will just have to take my word for it. It's very similar to making a backpack. You might at some point make it by accident. So yeah. And then you can make pants with just 1 rabbit fur, which is also very nice. So let's go back up. Let's see. I would need at least 1 rabbit fur for another reason in the future, and I also shouldn't use all my rope, I feel. I feel like I've shown you a good amount of clothes at this point. I might leave it at this for now. And then go hunting, and that will show you a few more clothes, but not super many. Let's see. Okay, so I got my bow, I got my arrow. One thing we haven't gotten rid of at this point are any wolves, and I have seen annoying wolves around. So we will go and check out the wolf situation here. Now the mouflon also would give us a cloak, but it's not very good. I am also working on adding a mouflon plushie into the game. No idea if that's gonna work. I've been wanting it for a very long time, so I've drawn the art for it. And Zabala might... Oh, that wolf came out of nowhere. Where the hell were you, little wolf? Let's see if we can kill that one. He's in a bit of a bad spot. He's behind a bunch of trees. Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah, he's in a bad spot. I'm gonna go over here. Okay, this is good. Gotta be careful with the wolf though, because they keep moving after they are hit. So you don't want to get too close too soon, or they might still come at you. So this wolf, very interesting. The thing you get off of it is a cloak. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it is a wolf skin, but it's not a good cloak. Look how much worse it is compared to my sealed skin coat. However, it is always better than nothing. If you can't find any seals, this is better than nothing, and you're gonna have to kill the wolves anyway, because they're gonna kill you if you don't kill them. So it's also something good to give to a baby if they're born in your town. You can make this into a hat just by sewing it. Once again, I have a few hats already, so I don't feel the need to sew this at this moment. And I'm also wanting to make a wolf toy. So once again, I'm just collecting these in case we ever get toys out of all these furs. The thing is, late game, you will have good clothes and all these furs will just be lying around and you'll be like, what do I do with this shit now? You can destroy some of it though, late game with trash can and stuff, but that's a late game item again. But I think it's cuter if you just make toys with them. So yeah, I showed you how to kill the wolf. I showed you how to kill the bison. Now, there's more wolves over here, so maybe we should kill a few more, because this is a spot where we would go to the mines. And I might also do a little bit more killing of these animals off stream, because I almost ran into it. See, the moment you start running, it becomes very frantic and difficult. I need to find my cool again. These wolves are pretty fast. Kind of annoying. I did survive there, but that was luck. Because sometimes you just, you click a little bit south or your click isn't very precise and yeah, it ain't good. It ain't good when that happens. So, and there's more wolves over here. I might just kill those off stream because I don't want these videos to take like an hour to make the entire area wolf free. But as you can see, there's a mine there, which is a place where I'm going to be standing around and mining. And the wolves are in the gray biome. So yeah, I need to get rid of them. But I'll probably do it off stream so you guys don't have to witness that for another hour or so. I kind of want these videos to stay sort of short. And it's very difficult because there's a lot to tell about this stage in the game and to make you aware of the future possibilities. Now I am in the yellow biome currently, and what I'm looking for is a turkey. I saw one up north, but there's also one over here. Turkeys are kind of funny to kill. They don't have high odds of hitting them, and they just walk away all the time. But they will not chase you. They are very safe. Oh, that was a lucky shot. They're very safe to kill, and you can get turkey feathers. You can get 18 turkey feathers in total, which is 3 piles of 6. These turkey feathers can be used in a few things, including a very fancy hat as well, like the feather hat over here. You can hardly see it, but the turkey itself is also a hat. You can wear it and look like an idiot. So yeah, if you like looking like an idiot, you can absolutely wear this hat. But I wouldn't recommend it because it's not a good sign of intelligence. We can, however, eat this later on, and I think we might actually do a cooking video soon. I might do smithing first before I do the cooking, making some metal and making myself maybe a knife or something. Though I would need a goose first, so maybe I'll do a cooking video first, then a smithing, then more cooking. I don't know just yet how that's gonna go. But yeah, I've shown you a few of the animals now. Now, this is not a video that teaches you everything about hunting. I have a video called Hunting 101. It's still very accurate. Watch that one. It's not in a beginner town. It will show you how to hunt bears. It will show you about the bison. I don't think I hunted a wolf in that video, so I've shown you that in this one. But yeah, watch Hunting 101 if you want to know more about hunting. As for the clothes, I've shown you these hats that we have. We have these 4 hats here. We have the seal skin. We have an actual cloak of this. We've made the shoes. I haven't shown you all the rabbit clothes because of thread being an issue, but you know, you just gotta know if you were to sew 1 rabbit fur, it's pants, 2 is a hat, 3 is a shirt, 4 is a shirt as well with a bigger one, 4.5 is a backpack. And that's something you need to know about the game. That is how that works. So yeah, that's basically what I want to show you for now. I think this is enough. I think this shows you a few items you can wear when you are starting your own town, just so you stay warm. And now I'm losing food pips every 17.5 seconds. And as we progress town, that's going to improve the moment we have better clothes as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And I think next time we'll tackle how to do our first smithing. And I'm not talking about pottery, we've already done that. I'm talking about proper smithing. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.